Greetings. I am Father Akhil Thomas SVD, a Divine Word missionary. Dear friends, as we journey through this Advent, we come to the third week marked by the lighting of the pink candle, the candle of joy. This week, we celebrate Gaudete Sunday, a time to rejoice because our waiting is infused with the promise of God's love and presence. Advent teaches us the beauty of waiting, not with anxiety or impatience, but with a heart full of joy. It reminds us that true joy doesn't come from the absence of hardship, but from the assurance that God is with us, working even in waiting. Let me share a story about a woman named Maria and her son Daniel that beautifully illustrates this joy. Maria was a single mother raising Daniel in a small, humble home. Times were hard, and as Christmas approached, Maria had little to give. She worked long hours in a factory, but her heart ached because she couldn't afford the toy Daniel had been dreaming of, a small train set. Despite their struggles, Maria and Daniel had a tradition. Each night of Advent, they would light a candle, sing a carol, and pray together. Maria would remind Daniel of the greatest gift of all, the love of Christ who came to be with us. One particularly cold evening, as they finished their prayer, Daniel hugged his mother, whispered, "Mom, I don't need a train set to be happy. I already have the best gift, you." Tears welled in Maria's eyes as she realized how deeply her son understood the essence of joy. It wasn't about what they lacked, but about the love they shared and the hope they held on to. On Christmas morning, Maria woke to find Daniel giggling with excitement. He had crafted a tiny train set out of paper and crayons, using his imagination to create what they could not buy. They laughed, played, and thanked God for the joy that filled their simple home. In their waiting and struggle, they found joy not in material things, but in the love of Christ reflected in their bond. Joy is found in gratitude. Like Maria and Daniel, we can find joy by focusing on what we have instead of what we lack. Gratitude transforms waiting into a sacred space where God's presence is deeply felt. Joy is rooted in relationships. The love and care we share with others, especially in difficult times, reminds us of the joy Christ brings us into our lives. Joy looks beyond circumstances. Maria and Daniel's story reminds us that joy is not tied to perfect circumstances, but to the hope and promise of Emmanuel, God is with us. Rejoicing in the waiting as we light the pink candle this week, let it remind us to rejoice in our waiting. Whether we are longing for healing, answers, or peace, God is working behind the scenes. Just as the shepherds heard the angels proclaim, "Do not be afraid, I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people." We too are invited to receive this good news with glad hearts. Lord, fill our hearts with joy as we await for your coming. Teach us to trust in your timings and to find delight in the simple, beautiful moments you give us each day. Help us to be bearers of joy to those around us, reflecting your light in a world that longs for hope. Amen. As we wait, may your hearts overflow with joy, knowing that Christ is near. Rejoice, for the Lord is with us, and His love transforms even the waiting into the time of great joy. Blessings and joy to you this Advent season.